I broke the rules, yeah. No more play a thing, post you on Instagram.
19 minutes to the hour of 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. So we're shifting from the budget in some ways to something a little bit sweeter. And it's definitely going to be sweet for our economy and for our population and the world in the future. Joining us this morning, we have His Excellency Peter Cavendish, Ambassador of the Delegation of the European Union, and Mr. Sekou, Alleyne, the President of InvesTT. And we are going to be talking about cocoa, pitch, and of course Trinitario cocoa. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's a pleasure to have you both with us this morning to discuss this third installment of this event. I know it's been a fantastic initiative. We've seen a lot of benefits, but Your Excellency, can we delve straight into the European Union's perspective on investing in Trinitario cocoa?
Well, Trinitario cocoa is the world's best cocoa, and the way things are in this modern world, people want quality more than ever. People have bigger disposable incomes. We have an aging population, which, they like to treat themselves to the good things in life. And the world's best cocoa is happily sourced here in this country. Other people copy your plants, they take them out worldwide, but the ecosystem that created the world's best cocoa means you have the world's best tasting chocolate. Now, with these pitches, we've approached all European Business and Employer Confederation, all European Chambers of Commerce, and a great many others. Your embassies abroad have cooperated. So we're bringing together a great many people now for the third. It's the finale, it's a grand finale, but the work will continue afterwards. But this time we are going to happily bring together a sort of Shark Tank. I say Shark Tank, but they're nice sharks. They're leading Trini business people, and these people are going to talk to young people, farmers, and also small to medium-sized companies, how to take their businesses forward. Now, a lot is happening at the same time. We have an electronic marketing platform which the Caribbean Export Development Agency is going to announce, and people who want to sell their products abroad will be able to use that. We will also have a cooperative, or rather a company that's working with farmers, bringing out a tool for farmers to contact consumers and wholesalers. In addition, tomorrow we're also going to launch the Innovation Fund. It'll be the second call for applications where we can give grants of up to €75,000 to small to medium-sized enterprises and up to €250,000 for 4 companies. Now, these are significant funds. The people in the cocoa industry have already been very active and forward. A couple of them have already got calls for one grants with previous calls for applications, 2 leading companies, and I think the future is bright and rosy. So the Shark Tank tomorrow, the friendly sharks, people shouldn't be nervous, especially the young people are going to have to do a business pitch, and I think people should tune in. Even if you're not doing cocoa, you should tune in, because you see how top business people look at businesses. Look at other businesses, look at them from the point of view of investment, creativity. What future value added can these people learn? So I'm very hopeful that tomorrow we will see the birth of a new enterprise that will be a household name a few years down the road.
Oh, definitely. And I couldn't agree with you more. And it's true, the term Shark Tank can definitely make us a bit nervous. Just a bit, right?
Just a bit.
Just a bit. But just listening to your passion and hearing the initiatives that are in progress, that are already in place, it really shows that there is definitely that budding relationship, of course, between our countries as well. And the fact that we are going to see the continued economic growth, which is something that we need now more than ever, and investing on our youth, which is so important. So, Mr. Alleyne, good morning again.
Morning,
Thank
Natasha.
you for your patience. So,
of course,
let's talk about InvesTT's role in this.
Well, InvesTT is the investment promotion agency for Trinidad and Tobago, and we focus on non-energy investment attraction, both foreign direct investment and local direct investment. And of course, investment requires, as the minister said in the previous interview, competitive advantage.
Right.
And the ambassador talked about the natural competitive advantage that Trinidad and Tobago has in the area of cocoa. It is the best cocoa in the world. Persons come from all over the world looking for this cocoa. And so InvesTT is looking to raise the foreign direct investment stock and platform to create an explosion in this industry in order to take advantage of the competitive or the natural advantages that we have. So His Excellency, who's obviously very passionate about this, would have approached us maybe in October of last year and really set out the stage for everything he just said, and said, well, let's do a series of webinars. Of course, at the time, webinars were all that were possible. And it started off in the first webinar, which we really set the stage for the quality of the cocoa that we had and brought most of the stakeholders together, together, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Ministry of Agriculture, the UE Cocoa Research Institute, of course the EU delegation, and through the second webinar really set more the stage for the institutional infrastructure around the vision for expanding this industry. In the third, we are now bringing the businessmen, the persons that are already operating and successful in many different industries in Trinidad together with the persons that own the farms, together with the youth entrepreneurs, together with the persons that are already SMEs in this sector, and ensuring that that connectivity exists, again, to set more stages for the vision of the explosion of the industry, and then, of course, bring the EU investors and the EU stakeholders into the equation as well. So InvesTT, very happy to partner with the EU delegation, with the ambassador, and all the local and international stakeholders to ensure that this is, in fact, a success.
And I think it definitely is going to be a success. There's no doubt about it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe on the first session there were about 600 registrants. About
600 registrants worldwide. We have done our best to promote this in the environment that we have. Clearly COVID was restricting, but I still think we've had very, very significant interest. And some of the people who have shown an interest, I can't name company names in every case, but there's one company where I understand about 40% of the chocolate products you see in the shops worldwide is actively following it. It's a Swiss-based company, so the people in the industry will be able to find out who it is, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the name or not. But nonetheless, if you think about every shop you've ever passed, 40% of the chocolates, those people are here in your country because you've got the world's best cocoa genome, you've got the world's best cocoa to begin with, and you've got the world's best cocoa research centre. Your country is already a hub for chocolate. What we need to do is get the quality products up to get from the bean to the bar, because that's where the money is in. There's 100 billion worldwide going into chocolate products, 50 billion of which is eaten by Europeans, and I've eaten my share, as you can see. But that market there, it's quality, quality, quality. And we already have very good Trinity companies which have come up. I mean, we can mention Trinidad and Tobago Fine Cocoa, we can mention Cocoa Bell, there are others. And these people are our winners. Some have already won grants from us, and really I think we will have, in the future, short to medium term, much more success, much more prominence of the high quality products that exist in this country. I want to say to you something as well. Every Trini I meet, for me, is a natural ambassador. You should all be ambassadors for your country. If you go abroad, take a bit of Trini chocolate with you. You know, if somebody asks me what's unique about Trinidad and Tobago, well, I'd say three things: world's best carnival, world's best chocolate, and the world's nicest people. Really, you know, I mean, be ambassadors for your country. Take the products with you. Sell your country a bit when you go abroad. It's in all the better hotels, and I believe you can get them at the airports, but, you know, be an ambassador for your country.
Agreed. His Excellency is telling us, support local, guys.
Absolutely,
support local no matter where you are. So let's talk about this final installment taking place on the 28th of September.
Sure.
What can we expect, President Alleyne?
Ambassador, you want to talk about the things that are going to be launched, and I'll talk about the baby shark tank.
Wonderful.
Well, the baby shark, I like that. Baby shark. Well, we have a whole collection of things. It's a very happy confluence, which is a word we tend to use in Europe, but convergence. We have, of course, this electronic marketing platform that the Caribbean Export Development Agency. This is on top of the baby sharks. We will have a local company which is very prominent, trades around other Caribbean countries, has with its own corporate social responsibility put up the money to create a tool for farmers to be able to talk to middlemen and consumers. So a lot of these small producers who are looking to get perhaps a better margin or to get a better client will have that electronic platform available locally. That will also, you know, there'll be more and more publicity on these things as they come out. So these are the things, together with I'm mentioning the Innovation Fund, which will be on the Cariri website. Look in Cariri if you're a small to medium enterprise, not only for cocoa, but look at those, and you will see that we are launching grants, which are very significant. We're on 75,000 euros, potentially up to 15 grants, €250,000, potentially up to 4 grants. For me, this is significant money for anybody. And by the way, the European Union, we don't do loans. We give the money. If the conditions are right, we give the money. We never do loans.
Yeah.
Great, thank you, Ambassador. And so the Shark Tank aspect of it is recognizing that there is an existing industry. There are youth entrepreneurs that are out there that are investing in cocoa. And so there is the youth version of the Shark Tank, where we're going to have youth between 18 and 35 that are already in the industry that will be pitching projects. So we have 2 youth entrepreneurs that will be pitching projects to potential investors, and we've taken them through a capacity building training program on how to make those pitches. investors, and then we're going to have scale-up investors, 3 scale-up investors that are, again, already involved in the industry, already processing chocolates, etc., that will also be pitching to investors to receive funding to grow and expand their operations. So again, taking a very practical approach to recognizing what is already existing and giving them the capacity and the ability to expand what's existing, and taking that, wrapping up in a nice chocolate bow, and then presenting it to the European and wider world market for larger investments.
Right, and it sounds like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, because what we see here are, okay, 3 webinars, but
Right.
as you just mentioned about training these young entrepreneurs as well.
Right.
So even though what we're seeing in front of us might be baby Shark Tank, for example, and of course continued relations, we are again fostering the youth, and we're
Right.
fostering our economy at the same time, which is so important.
Right.
Now, you've mentioned 18 to 35 years old. Who else is this open to? Who can participate? Who can just come and view the webinar?
Everyone can come and view the webinar. And in fact, we looked at our registration numbers yesterday. I think at yesterday morning, we're up to about 204 or 5 people already registered. The open public can come and register at InvesTT's website, www.invest.co.tt. There is a live stream that will allow you to view the Shark Tank live and in person. We start at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Of course, the ambassador will be the moderator, and you already feel the passion and the warmth and the heat coming from the ambassador. But you'll also be hearing from the Minister of Trade and Industry, also hearing from the Ministry of Agriculture, and also some of the very important stakeholders that will be there to view the pitches that are coming from the youth entrepreneurs, and there's 2 coming in that way, and then also coming from the scale-up investors as well, 3 coming on that side. So we think by midday we would have wrapped up the 3 webinars, but we would have just started the real work of attracting the investment required for this industry to achieve what we know that it can.
Definitely. It's sort of like, you know, when you see this wonderful box of chocolates and it looks so beautifully displayed, and then you open it and you really get into all that goodness. That's what's happening.
There you go.
So, Your Excellency, you're going to be moderating.
Indeed. Well, I mean, it's such a passion. I have a passion for this. I have a passion for this country, and I think really this is a win-win opportunity. People who will get the guidance will have those lessons for life. It's an investment in their human capital to tune in and talk to very successful people who have long track records, be it in banking, be it in manufacturing, be it in distribution and wholesaling. You will have, I mean, I don't like to always use the word business elite, but you will have people who really are a top end in their professions tomorrow talking. And even if you're not pitching for Coke, if you want to pitch somewhere else, I would tune in to get the tips from the top.
Definitely. So, Your Excellency, thank you so much for being with us. President Alleyne, thank you for being with us as well. Trinidad and Tobago, you do not want to miss this. Of course, I do believe you are going to be seeing some of the information on your screen shortly, so that you can be a part of Trinitario Cocoa and, of course, the future of Trinidad and Tobago. Stay tuned. There is a lot more coming up on the Now Morning Show.